Hello everybody, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. How are you guys? We are back in it. It has been a while and we are running the new 1.38 update. So I actually took a run here in the newly revamped Las Vegas. And we're going to be making a trip to Ogden, I think is where it is. So let's get going and check things out.
Ready to roll.
Really excited about this update. Looking forward to the new Idaho DLC. Not quite sure if I'm going to be able to jump on it as soon as it comes out or maybe a few days thereafter. But hopefully soon enough. Get going here. Sorry, I have a hard time driving and talking. Like I said, this is all done with keyboard. All keyboard, all mouse. That's my disclaimer in just about every video. No wheel or pedals for me, so we do it hardcore here. But I am really excited about this update. I think this is going to be really cool. I haven't looked at it. This is the first time I have jumped in it. Let's see, we got anyone coming? Nope. We are once again in our single drive axle UPS T680 with just a single pup trailer today. Thought we'd have a little bit of an easy run. Should be plenty of truck to take this pup to Ogden. Should be a good, fairly quick trip. Nothing too terribly long. You know, I don't think, it's not like we're going to be dragging all the way up there or anything like that with a lot of weight. We should be good to go. So anyway, 1.38 adds upgraded Las Vegas, screen space ambient occlusion. Oh, it's just not really wanting to. The gear, the way it. That's weird. It's definitely starting off from the stop a little different. I don't know if that's just me. It's definitely something is different with the update as far as that in this truck. I honestly cannot remember what I have in it. It's one of my fleet trucks. I don't know what I have in it as far as engine or transmission, so I don't know what's going on with that. It's definitely different. So anyway, they had screen space ambient occlusion, updated truck stops, which should be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that because that's like the interstate experience. I mean, truck stops are a huge part of it. I've never driven a truck. I mean, other than what other people have told me and just what I've seen, that's all I know about it. But I have driven a lot. Across country a few times and or made, you know, some pretty long trips on the interstate. Yeah, that's just really just interesting. Okay, so a few long trips, you know, 1,000+ miles on the interstate, some longer than that, and truck stops are like a huge part of that experience. Yeah, I know I've said before in other videos that, you know, when Amerity and I have made our trips with our kids, we have specific points that we like to stop at on certain routes, you know. So like I need to get over again. So like at you know, at exit 128 or whatever, we like to stop and go to that this, you know, a particular Love's or something like that. You know, we try to stop at the truck stops that have everything you could possibly need, you know, food, gas, you know, clean, safe, that kind of stuff. And truck stops are a huge part of that, of the, you know, over the road experience to me. So I think it's cool that they've modified the truck stops. I think, from what I understood, from what I read in the pictures that I've seen, to better represent what it's really like. I know they had some already kind of like that, So I think what they did is they just went back and modified more, maybe to be more like a real truck stop. So either way, that's really cool that they did that. They've added more roads. I don't know which ones specifically. I know they added a bunch around Las Vegas, but I think they've added like actual highways between points in other areas, maybe California or something like that. So lots of new stuff. Getting ready for that's cool, the old abandoned truck there. Getting ready for Idaho to come out. So like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump on Idaho right away. I wanted to. I've been in the process of building a brand new gaming rig. I actually got it finished up on Monday, yesterday. In fact, I got it finished up. Got everything loaded on it, got Windows on it, got all the drivers updated, everything. It seems to be running really stable, really good. Haven't tried it under stress or anything like that at this point, but so far so good, knock on wood. And I added 2 more hard drives to it yesterday, 1 terabyte SSD and a 3 terabyte traditional hard drive. And then I have a 1 terabyte or a little, whoa, what are you doing, man? A little under 1 terabyte NVMe. So that's all taken care of. I'm not getting rid of this particular computer. I'm going to use it as a backup and probably more so like a storage for us here at the house. So I needed to get some more cables to relocate it back behind me. I got a KVM switch, and I don't know if I'm going to have all this finished up and loaded and ready to go on the new system by the time Idaho comes out. And I don't know how things are going to run on this one. It's on its last leg. It's been a great computer for many years, but it is definitely showing its age. So that's my concern. I really wanted it for the really wanted to try Idaho out on the new system, so we'll see how that goes. Either way, I am glad to have the new system. I can't wait. This one is several years old. I've had it for several years, and it, like I said, it has served me well. I'm not knocking it or anything like that. It's been it's been a great PC. It's going above and beyond for everything that I needed it to do. It was an awesome PC when I first got it. Just as the as the years go by and things start to get dated, and I can bypass. Sweet. Wow. That's like rare for me. I usually get caught. And have to go in, like without fail. I don't know what this guy's doing, Mr. Extra. What are you doing, man? So how are you guys doing? Are you excited for 1.38? Have you tried it? Are you getting Idaho? I'll be honest, I don't know a whole heck of a lot about Idaho. I've never been there. I've seen pictures and video and stuff made from Idaho. I know it's a beautiful state, so I think it'll be interesting to see what all Idaho exactly has to offer, scenery wise and operation wise, that kind of stuff. We are on our way to Ogden, going up I-15. I've always liked this trip. It's a good little run. Pretty straightforward, just simple interstate running, which I think to me is a big part of trucking too. Of course I know they go on side roads and all that stuff, but I do enjoy the interstate runs. Just get on and go and get off. Anyway, back to my new system. I actually made a big change with this build. This is my second build I've done. First one was many years ago, back in the early 2000s. Gosh, probably around 04 or 05 I built a system. It was okay. It did okay. I wasn't happy with the cooling system I put in it. It ran a little bit hotter than I liked. Had some issues with it early on. I'd wound up being talked into getting a fanless cooling system, and so it was some kind of newfangled heat sink. It looked like a butterfly, and so I wasn't always completely happy with it. And so after that, I wound up getting an HP at a really good deal. And HP, it was a great computer. This one is an HP as well. It's been a great computer too. But the new one, the big change is I am going with my first AMD ever. I've never had an AMD. Always been Intel. Or at least for the last several years, back to my IBM that I had back in the late 80s. And so I'm really looking forward to see what the AMD has to offer. It's a 3700, a Ryzen 3700X, and the video card is a GTX 2070 Super. So it will be a huge upgrade for me. I think the video card in this one is a 970. Pretty old, either way. Like I said, this computer is at least 5 years old, if not older than that. I'd have to go back into my stuff and look, but I've had, excuse me, I've had it for a good while. So I'm excited to see what the difference is between the AMD and the Intel. I looked at it yesterday when I was kind of testing it out and finished loading things up and getting the drive set up. And the one thing that kind of struck me about the AMD was that the temps on it were really I don't know, basically spiking, spiking a lot. Nothing bad, but it would run at like 31 degrees Celsius, and then it might spike up to 40, and then drop right down to 35, and then back down to 31, and run at 31 for a bit. And so everything that I read on the internet, I mean, it never did get hot. It for a while it seemed to level out and ran at about 31 to 33 degrees Celsius, pretty stable. But from what I've read, that's just typical of the AMD 3000 series chipsets. And said not to sweat it. That's just what they do. My GPU was running at 28 degrees or 27 degrees Celsius at idle, and I was really happy with that. This one is running at maybe 38 at idle, this 970, and I want to say my CPU is running around 40. And we made some comparisons to Amarity's computer, which is running almost exactly the same as this one. Hers is also an HP, a little newer. It's a few years newer than this guy. So our temps were running right there neck and neck between our old existing computers, and then my new AMD was running considerably cooler. And I think at some point I'm going to throw up a little video with what exactly I put in it and shots of what it looks like and that kind of stuff. I am not a PC builder. Like I said, it's only my second one, first one in many, many years, and I would not be doing any favors doing like a build video. So I think it took us about 5 hours, give or take. We took our time. We read through things really good, and of course, you can find all the how-tos in the videos and all that kind of stuff, but one video you may watch maybe one kind of case, and the header connections are completely different, and the other video may be a different motherboard, or a different graphics card or a different CPU. I mean, there's so many variables. It's really hard to find the basics are the same, but there's some variations between the different components and things like that. So I am not the person to do PC builds or post videos of that, and I won't. I'll just show a few shots of what I've got and what we did. Get back over. Love the scenery, it's so pretty. I hope this video turns out okay. ATS and OBS are about maxing out my computer as is right now. It wants to drop frames during the rendering. I've done some things to try to minimize that. It definitely helped, but to really get the best, it just needs to be a new system. So I hope this video turns out. I've had a few videos that I've played through. The game has run amazing. It looked great, but when I went back and watched the video, it was like Stutter City. It was like watching a slideshow. And so then, I wound up having to scrap the video, and I absolutely, I enjoy playing, but I hate losing videos, that I can't post or use. This truck just feels a lot weaker to me than I thought it would. It may be one of the underpowered trucks that I have. That's why I haven't done a lot of ATS here lately. It's just kind of gotten to be a headache on this computer. But when I saw about 1.38 coming out, I was like, man, I really want to kind of take a look and see, though. I don't think we've seen any new truck stops or a little bit of Las Vegas. If you haven't seen any of my videos, I love the fleet trucks. I got several UPS and some FedEx setups and R&L carriers and all that good stuff. I like the day cabs. They're like little workhorses. They're fun to drive. They're a little easier to get around in. How we doing on rest and gas are fine. Love hearing that little hint of the turbo in the background there. You just barely kind of hear it a little bit. Unless that's my ears playing tricks on me. I'm getting old, so I think I hear that turbo in the background a little bit. Alright, why is our speed dropping here? Where are we? They've done such a good job capturing the look and the feel of the interstate. You know, little things like the power poles and the center divider and the sound barriers, you know, the texture of the road, it all just really just completely captures the feel of interstate driving. I'm always impressed every time I hop in and do this. And to me, that's what simming is all about. I mean, you know, you have to capture the feel of what you're trying to recreate for the user. You know, I mean, and capturing the feel includes a multitude of things, not just graphics and all that, but had to go with our window down today, enjoy the sounds of the truck. That was weird, just had some kind of change in the lighting there.
Keep left.
You left, alright. I-80 East. 15 to Salt Lake City. Alright, we must be in Provo. What I'm going to assume. Once again, we got our shotgun rider, Clint, with us, giving us our directions, keeping us on track. Oh, really? Oh. No, don't detour us. No. No, we're not doing this. We're not taking the detour. We're going. They waved us through. We're okay. Like, what? We have to, you know, we're UPS priority with a bunch of empty pallets. We have to go. We have to do this, you know. And they were good enough to wave us through, and I appreciate those guys. Helped us out a lot. Detours are okay for the for the most part, but I've had some that just really took me out of the way. You know, if it's one of those deals where you just get off the interstate or get off the road and get right back on, I'm okay with that for the most part, but I've had some where I took the detour and it had me like this whole round robin trip to get to where I was going, and I don't know, if I were to say if there was anything about ATS that I was kind of on the fence about, or just, oh shit, we're getting over. Okay, never mind.
Keep left and then turn left.
If there's anything I was on the fence about or just wasn't completely on board with, it would be the detours. That's just for me. Some people may love them. I have very, very mixed feelings about the detours. I said, every once in a while I'm okay with it. For the most part, I'm not. I'm like, I don't want to, you know, I got to get somewhere. I've got limited time in sim and limited time in real life sometimes, you know, so it's like I don't have the ability to like be driving all over the place.
Keep right.
Weird.
Then
It's
turn right.
interesting that they got us getting off the did we do that by not taking, I mean, should we have taken that turn back there when I didn't take the detour, or I don't really. All right, I'm back. Grabbed a couple of screenshots, took a look at the map. We're actually almost there. I did not realize that. What is going on? What is that on our dash here? What are we looking at? What is going on with our truck? Yeah, we're almost there. Didn't even realize it, but we're almost there. Time flies by when you're having fun, right? Had a beautiful trip, day run, in one of my favorite trucks. Beautiful scenery. Getting to shoot the bull with you guys, and it flew by. Next thing I know, it is. Dude, there's that light again. What is that light on my dash? On my console there. No clue. Don't know. Seems like everything's okay. I mean, it's running okay other than when it takes off from a stop, but I don't know what kind of maintenance I've done to this truck or any of that stuff.
Keep left.
Keep left, all right. Do we turn or we go in a drive right? I take it we go in this drive right here. Plaster and Sons, okay. Stop for a second. Give our wheel time to catch up since this is keyboard. That's the only thing. Sometimes the wheel reacts a little slower than what you need it to
Now drop the load.
with my settings. Drop the load, you got it. All right, we're here. Take a look. Never gonna skip all that mess. You know I'm not into that with the keyboard. All right, 406 miles, 7 hours and 2 minutes, 55 gallons of fuel, 817 XP, and 10,765 bucks. All right, guys, we appreciate it. Once again, if you did like the content, if you enjoyed watching the video, please remember to like and subscribe. Ring the bell, comment, share, all that good stuff. It is all greatly appreciated. And with all that said, I hope you guys have a great day, and we will catch you later. Peace.